Hi, welcome, and I hope you're doing well. This video here I'll be doing a screen replacement on an iPhone XS on the front screen here. Alright, so let's get started. The first thing I need to do is to remove the two screws at the bottom. And again, if you replace the screen, you will no longer have the water resistant feature. But if you buy the screen replacement that comes with some kind of like double-sided tape all around the corner, then you might want to have to put it on so you would have the water resistant back again. But for my case, I'm not going to put that, so after I replace the screen, I will not have the water resistance feature anymore. The reason why I'm saying that is because in order to get to the phone, I'm using a prying tool, and this prying tool is actually cutting the double-sided tape. So the phone is actually glue all around the corner, and that would prevent the water getting in. But to do the replacement on the screen, you actually have to cut the adhesive tape, and that would stop the phone from being water resistant. So I just wanted to point that out to you so that you would know what I'm talking about. Okay, so just work your way around the phone, pry it open slowly. And of course you need to make sure that try not to stick it too deep in the phone, because that way you would actually damage whatever inside the phone. I usually go right about this much. Okay, so that is about this much of deepness, and I'll cut all around the side of the phone. Okay, so once you have that thing being cut, as you can see when you lift up the phone, you can see this little gooey tape here, the black tape. It's actually a water resistant feature. Okay, so I'll leave some on the phone so you don't have to remove entirely. Okay, so the next step I'll be doing is to get the Y screwdriver and go ahead and open up the bracket. So the first three screws that I use are actually a Y screw, and the one right here is actually the plus, a regular Phillips screw, so they're different. And there's one last here at the bottom, that's for the Y screw as well. Okay, so this entire bracket will just come right out once you do that. The first thing you need to do is to disconnect the battery. So go ahead and disconnect this one here. Okay, so this is for your battery. Now you can go ahead and disconnect the screen digitizer and the LCD cable. Here is for you to disconnect. And just be careful, because the flex cable, there's a little double-sided tape that tape onto the flex cable. You do not want to pull the cable and break it, so you want to be gentle. You want to separate away from the tape, and there you go. Okay, so as you can see, I still have this gooey thing that is for water resistant, so whatever left over, I'll just kind of put it back there. At least you have some water resistant, but not all of them. I believe they do sell this tape. You can buy them and then just put it back on if you want your phone to be water resistant again. Alright, at this point here, I already removed the screen. Okay, so the next step I'll be doing is to transfer everything from here to the new screen replacement. Okay, let's put the phone here on the side and go ahead and open up this new screen. So you can see that the new screen does not come with this. So let's go ahead and transfer this over to the new screen. There's this little tape that is covering up the screw. Go ahead and scrape it off. Alright, there you go. There are 3 screws, so I just removed all 3 of them. The next thing you'll be wanting to do is be gentle. You want to be slowly tuck it underneath. What I'm trying to do is, let me bring it closer to the screen. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get underneath that cable right there. So what you want to do is you want to go in. You see that little stuff? I wanted to do is to separate this cable. Okay, and if you want, you can remove the entire of this plastic as well, because the new screen doesn't come with it. So I'm just trying to get underneath, tuck it in, be gentle, and slowly wiggle. So hopefully you can get the entire piece out as in whole. Okay. Alright, there you go. So I'm removing this piece of plastic. Okay, so this plastic is like a bracket that holds all these cables. So you want to transfer this as well to the new screen, like this. Okay. And then you want to have this installed back onto the bracket. Okay, once you have that in place, go ahead and close it down. And once you close it down, you should be able to see where the screw is going to go back onto, right? So it will align in the right position, just like that. Okay, go ahead and get the Y screw back onto the phone. And then the tiny screw goes to the top left. Okay, so once you have that in place, let's move on to the next step. Is to go ahead and get the cable back on. Actually, they are just like a Lego, so once you have them in the right position, you press it, you can feel like it's being snapped back onto, so it's just like a Lego. You cannot force it in, you just gotta find the right sweet spot, and it goes and it sits right back onto. Alright, so I have all the 3 cables in place, and finally I have the battery installed. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn on the phone. Obviously the screen looks okay to me. It just needs to be charged, so I'll continue the repair by putting the bracket back on here. So yeah, the phone was dropped at the very beginning. The phone wasn't working. I can receive call, I can hear the text messages, I can hear the alarm goes off. Everything works, but there's no screen, there's no display on the screen. So I had to replace the screen, and this is the video I wanted to show you and share with you, that to do a screen replacement on an iPhone XX. Okay, once you have that bracket installed, the first thing I want to do is to align on the top here. So go ahead and tuck it in first. Alright, you want to tuck it in the top cover. Make sure you have them aligned in place, and then slowly press it down on the side, and it will just go right back onto it. Okay, once you have that in place, do not forget the 2 screws at the bottom. Alright, so there you have it, and I'll just go ahead and charge my phone, and I should be having a brand new screen without any problem with it. Alright, so I hope this video helps you. If you have any question, comment below, and I look forward to make another video for you in near future. Thank you. Bye.